The Bible's religion is actually a denomination of the African Egyptian religion. There are very few major doctrines of the Bible that does not rise out of the African Egyptian religion. This includes the worship of one God. The worship of one God was not a principle that the Israelites brought in. The worship of one God was always the tradition and the principle that African Egyptians believed in. The Ten Commandments are not Israelite, they are African. Those principles already existed prior to God giving them to Moses at Sinai. The kosher laws are African. Circumcision is African. The wilderness tabernacle and all of its symbols, the candlesticks and the showbread, the Ark of the Covenant, all of these ideas, these principles arise out of the African Egyptian religion. Even the Messiah, the doctrine of Christ, is also African. In fact, I don't know of a major principle or doctrine that arises out of Israel. But something changed, and this is the difference. The idea that the Israelites bring in is the fact that God was willing to talk to humans face to face. This is not an African tradition. This is the revolution. This is the change from the African Egyptian religion to the new Hebrew religion. This idea is something that Africans never thought in terms of. Africans did not believe that they were worthy enough to be able to communicate directly to God Almighty Himself. This is the change. Now, Islam cannot be quite put into this category because according to the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad was given the message of the Quran from Gabriel. That's still an intermediary. So the Israelites are the first ones to bring in the idea that God is willing to talk to humans. Then later on, the New Testament, Jesus brings in the new doctrines that he presents, and then we have the religion of Christianity. But to state it more clearly, Christianity is actually a denomination of the African Egyptian religion.